Hi there, Björn from Physio Innovation. Today it's TT Day, and I wanted to speak about some different technicalities around TT positioning. It's a vast area, and I could probably continue for hours talking about different aspects around positioning, the small details, many small details in TT biking, and I would say, generally speaking, as some would know, bike fitting is a little bit evidence-based free, but TT cycling, the aerodynamic part, is actually vastly covered in good scientific papers. Amongst them, one of the very big stars within aerodynamics, Bert Blocken. He's a Dutch guy who's done a lot of good research within aerodynamics, and I recommend people who are into this kind of science of aerodynamics to check up upon his papers on aerodynamics and wind tunnel testing. So historically, we've always had different have had different type of bars and prolongators. Some recently used the S bands here. These ones, flat ski bands, you call them flat bars, prolongators. Fabian Cancellara, he was famous for using those ones. Now recently, pro cyclists are mainly using this type of bands, simply because the science says that actually trying to imitate, for example, a downhill skier's position is the fastest and most aerodynamic position currently existing, really. So these bars, you will see them more and more in professional cycling on the TT bikes. This type of bend. Then obviously you got different variants. This is the SIP prolongators that I put on my TT bike position. So I dial in my TT own personal TT position here within UCI recommendation. It's often important if you've got a rider in doing these TT competitions that it's within the recommendation of UCI. For the triathletes, you got another recommendation, gives you much more possibilities to adjust the bike accordingly, and you can use angles which are much more aggressive and so on compared to a TT cyclist within UCI road and TT recommendation. So I could continue for hours, as maybe I said before, but I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how a TT bike position differs from a road bike position. So first of all, if you look at the saddle height on our TT bike, we often end up with a higher saddle height than on our road bike, simply because that when we come to the 12-hour mark here of my right side here, then you would actually, what you're looking for is that you've got enough space to come over the top. So when I'm in my TT position here, I don't want to feel like that I'm so low that I need to maybe bend around to get my leg around here at the 12-hour mark. So this is one reason why we look into maybe have a little higher positioning. So I open up around my hip. All this I take into consideration, at least the rider's flexibility and so on. This is the first part of the bike fitting. So I get an idea, okay, how can I push the rider to become as aero as possible? What type of limitations do I find clinically? And I use this as a reasoning to put the rider in different angles. If you look at my saddle here, what I've done also, so first of all, it's higher than my road bike position. I have a little bit of a decline, a small decline, we're talking 3-4% here. So I do this also to give myself a little bit of a possibility to rotate my hip and my pelvis a bit more. So again, I can open up on this part here, so I don't feel it's pinching inside. So when I can rotate my hip like this, so it goes like this, then my back becomes flatter, and when my back is more flat, obviously it's a better, I have a better airflow coming over my head, on top of my head with my helmet here, that I'm looking into getting like a unity here, around here, and then the airflow comes off the back. So this would theoretically and also scientifically make me faster than if I was higher with a rounded back. Also, I would have a larger frontal aspect or area of my body. So I got more wind resistance, and obviously it makes me go slower. So I want to hide in the wind, and the way we use bike fitting within TT cycling is really trying to find the adjustment where the rider, he can be, well, you can call it as small as possible, but use his as big muscle groups as possible in the most efficient way. So again, it's a compromise, and you need to look into different parts of the rider, see where do we have the limitation. Is it maybe the backside here, the hip, the back? Is it neck? Is it mid-thorax, etc., etc.? All these are aspects that I try always to investigate before positioning a rider. Next different technicalities, you would call it, is the aspect of the frontal part here. Again, theoretically, going as small as possible in the very frontal part here with the armrest would theoretically make you smaller, but again, it comes also with a cost. Maybe for some riders it will come with the cost that they can't really open up and breathe, or feel that they cannot open up and breathe. Here again you get different techniques to overcome these issues, and I won't cover this in today's video, but it comes with specific exercises, it comes with breathing exercises and so on, and it comes with positioning of your shoulders. And again, what we're trying to look at, trying to become quite stable around here, obviously for control issues of your bike, quite handy. And then also you're trying to get your nose, you could say, you can get your nose as close to your hands as possible, but still being able to actually watch where you're going, also quite handy. So what we're looking into here, getting small frontal area, still being able to see where we're going. So some riders, you will see, they just lift up their head a little bit, watch, and most riders, they will have their eyes on the road like this, but still being able to hide the head. The head is a big part in cycling, it takes a lot of air, so keeping your head low, etc., is what you would want in TT cycling. That's it for today. Again, there's a lot of different technicalities into TT cycling. I'll try to cover maybe in another video triathlon. It's a little bit different because you got so many other possibilities for your bike fitting according to the reglementation you have in triathlon for bike positioning. So hope you get a good day and have a nice ride. See you in another video. Bye bye.